And we are maybe back. Well, I guess that was my break. Do you hear me? Do you see me? Let's see if things. The game is not loaded yet, so there we go. Should be loading now. So that was fun. That was really fun because what happened was that I went into a long, lean back rant, and I was like, I'm just gonna go with the full story of this, and I talked, and I was like, okay, no comments in chat. What do you guys feel about it? You must have some opinion. Then I start moving the mouse and I'm like, oh fuck, I've crashed. I don't know. I don't know how long ago I crashed. I don't know if you got like 10 seconds of my 5 minute rant or if you got 4.5 minutes of my 5 minute rant. But well, at least the autosave was during this about 5 hours ago. Yep. And let's get these up and running again. There you go. Yeah, so maybe you heard some of the rant, maybe you didn't. Either way, it is a thing. Oh, it looks beautiful, this color. Like it. All right, so let's look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this one needs 6, and the other one needs 2 more. So that's 14 in total. There. All right, let's go grab those because maybe we still have. What happened? Nope, we don't have that mode still. Wire, quick wire, ceiling lights. Quick wire. There's a lot of stuff here. Hopefully one of them. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just about exactly. I'd like to have one more. Okay. Yeah, so I don't want to be going through that rant again. I don't know how much of it you heard and how much was there, but it doesn't need to be reiterated, I guess. There, and then some copper wire. Rant, we barely knew you. I mean, there is a fair chance that you'll hear another rant from me at some point about something. I was just trying to be eloquent on that, but I'm still like wondering how much you actually heard about my rant. Like, was it so? Anyway, that will be a question and a mystery for the ages. Luckily, there is a fair chance that we'll get more rants. I think we'll also just, now that Satisfactory is no longer marked mature, then I think that we'll be saying that Friday will be the only days we. Oh, these are not updated. Only days we talk about mature topics. That seems like something that is better equipped for a Friday. I think hope that's okay. Makes sense. Have to remember we're working here with a Puritan American platform, so sex and drugs is okay, but human interaction is not. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Cool. Does that conflict here? No, no, not yet. This one? No, no conflict. Nice. 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 that one's going to be a problem because of this. Really wish you could sort of middle click on a blueprint and then pick up that blueprint. That would be lovely. I think it's this one that has to go. It's fine. It is not fine though. Is it? It looks completely off. That side it works fine. This side it works fine. Why does it look so off then? Oh, because it's closer to there. Yeah, okay. Can't do anything about that. Is nuclear operational? Nope, not even close. Before we can get nuclear, we have to get electromagnetic control rods and batteries. So that's what we're working on right now. And yeah, talking about nuclear, please check your power. Are we okay or are we on battery? We're fine. I say confidently without knowing it at all. But yes, that's a good point. Let's just test it. I'll put it here. Okay, and then let's hook up. This makes no sense. Why are these turned on? There's no light and no power in this, but they decided that they want to turn on anyway. Okay. Interesting. I think it's here. That one. Ba-dam. Let there be light. Ultimate your is really tinted for the lights. Yes. Yeah. So we got power. It's not the prettiest power, but it's power nonetheless. And they are still weird, these power. And this one was a big mystery. Oh, now I need to check power. 100%. Woo! And we're producing 13,000 and a little bit. And we still have 5 gigawatt of headway. So we're good. Let's see this one here. Let's get this as the inbound. And there we go inside and hook it up if we can. This to this. It's actually working remarkably well, this idea of having these modules, and then some quirks here when it comes to hooking them up together. That one. Oh, how many good? Oh, we got 28 coupons. Sweet. And autosave. Yeah, we're not doing refinery builds. Yes, true. Also, I am disabling this part here, so once they fill up, they are gonna stuck. They're not gonna just generate tickets because I don't really care about those tickets. So, this is now ready. That was power is done. Good. Then we need to figure out what the next one is. That's gonna be recipes. So, as I recall, this is going to be... Oh, they're the same speed, unfortunately. 5 per... No, this is 8. Ooh. So if I could do this one, which I can't because I don't have enough. I'll be closing. Thank you, Isolda, for joining. Okay, my issue is that I need 6 per second. Let's have a look at resources wise. So this would be 12 pipes and 45 quick wire. That's a lot of quick wire. The normal one. Would be a little more pipes and a little more wire. Well, I think that settles it. It's gonna have to be this one for many different reasons. Oh, exactly 6. Reason why I need to do this is because if I was bringing in the wire, then I would also have to build not just... I would also have to dedicate some space to make the copper ingots into wire, which I don't have now. So this one's better. 6 per second or 6 per minute? You take a wild guess. And then I go up here. Let's do the electromagnetic control rods. That one. Oh? Oh yeah. Force. Yeah, okay. Oh, hold on. That doesn't even matter. Because I need 12 in total. And this is 12, and now this is going to be 24, because I think they're used for something else. So we double up what we need of this. And in that case, it doesn't really matter that I'm getting this inbound. But we are having issues with the inbound now. Good night, mates. Thank you so much for the absolutely wonderful generosity from you again. Absolutely amazing. Look at that glorious leaderboard there. Wow, holy smokes. I usually have it on bit side. Ha! Despite all of those, your Bartek is still number 1 in on the leaderboard. Wow. Yep, that's pretty damn impressive. Are we... Yeah. That's like way overbuilt. Then I kind of think that I should get copper wire in instead. Okay, my concern here is that I don't have enough. Like, I just don't have enough inbound. Or if I'm looking at this, steel pipes, I'm gonna have to build more steel pipes. Quick wire, I'm gonna have to build another quick wire build, right? And I don't like those prospects. While I think copper wire might be something we have enough of, or maybe not. This is still my biggest thing that I haven't solved for Satisfactory, is that you build a factory or a unit of factory for, let's say, copper ingots. And then this is the size of it. Then you start drawing like 35% of that capacity out, and then something else draws 80% of the capacity out. Oh no, now we have overused that capacity. Well, let's make another module next to it. Then I have to assign the 35 to one that delivers 100%, and the 80% demand to another one that delivers 100%, and then the excess is just kind of bleh, because you don't have this factorial where you just merge it into lines, merge it out again. And that's a weird thing. Because you keep drawing from the same copper factory, and at some point you need to scale up the copper factory. That's fine, but you're going to hit the max capacity for the belt. So now you have one copper factory producing two belts, but the demand might equate to two belts, but it's four different factories or five different factories that add up to 180% of a belt. So you technically have enough, but you have to assign it like this is 40%, this is 30%, this is 70%, this is 10%. Like, how do you assign those things on top of each other? You can do balances in Satisfactory, but they're way too ugly and space consuming. Yes. Probably there should be a blueprint for that. That's actually a good point. That would be a good blueprint to have, so you could just go like balance. That's actually a really good point. Not that I want it in this space because I think that wouldn't fit, but I like the idea. And distribution centers would be generous as well, because I don't really think I know how I would do that. I can adopt a different style in Satisfactory. Just keep this database on dedicated resources, and every other product gets pretty much dedicated start to finish product. Yeah, it just doesn't work though, because then you're running out of sulfur and Caterium wire. And then what? What are you going to do? You will have to come back and say, oops, I need to find one of the Caterium builds have to be split into two builds now. So it doesn't quite work. And the same with coal is also going to be a bottleneck. You can do it for iron and copper. Sure, you just build dedicated builds for each, which is even easier with factories. But I don't know. It would be interesting to look at this kind of build here, because that is very, very cool as a branch of a bus. Think of these as branches of a bus. So if we could just find a way to make a bus and do balancing. I have my really cool solution that I thought about one evening when I was supposed to sleep, and then it dawned on me, and I was so proud and I was so happy, and then I tested it and it didn't work. And it sucked because it was a brilliant idea. These are the inputs, right? No, these are inputs coming here. So the problem, the thing that holds us back from using bus in Satisfactory is the fact that we don't have a balancer. But then I invented this beautiful thing. So we have 4 belts of something coming in. If we could just get those balanced, then that would be fine. Can't even remember what I wanted to do. Oh, right. Yes. Maybe. So basically, this, if it worked, would function as a splitter in Factorio. 2 belts in, 2 belts out. They're going to be, whatever they come in, they're going to be coming out balanced out. Awesome. It doesn't work like that. And then basically take half of one splitter into the splitter over here. This is basically the simplest version of the 4x4 without lane balancing in Factorio. It was brilliant. It was awesome. You know what didn't work? Problem is, the boxes don't have balanced output. I know, which just, first of all, it blows my mind. How can you not have that? How can you not have balanced output for these? No, they don't actually output on single line. They output on 87% on one line and 13% on the other line. Some odd shit like that. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense how much it goes on one line and how much goes on the other line. It's just, I looked at it and it was just like, okay, most of it goes on the one line, but some of it goes on the other line. But this, like, I thought about this in bed. Later, I was like, oh, I think I broke it. I got it. I got it. I can make a bus. Oh, brilliant. Yay. And then I built it and I was like, it doesn't fucking work. How does it not work? Yeah, obviously this works because it's full, but when it's coming in as, well, less than full. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over here. But it's only one of the lines that are going to go in here. Oh, never mind. No, we just want to make sure that they flow. So it is actually everything that goes in. These two are merely just to make sure that the stuff we put in flows. And then on this side, I want to just put it in on the lower ones. Basically, one input. Oh. What do we have the most of? That one. Yay! Like, look at that. It's not even everything on one belt or everything on the other belt or 50-50. It's, as I said, like 87% on one belt and the rest. Like, look at this. Then there's a, what is that one doing? Like, how is this? Yeah, this is exactly how we want it. This is exactly what we want. I was so happy on the theory crafting. Yeah. And I'm just thinking, like, it must be deterministic, right? But why does that one, the occasional one, it doesn't seem deterministic at all. Now I just got 3 in a row on the top belt over the other side. Like, but it's not 1 in 6, because why did I just get 3 in a row up here, but then nothing at all? I haven't gotten anything. Yep, we got 1, but I don't get another one. Like, this does not look deterministic. Like, it's 1 in 6 except when it's not. If you look over on the other belt here, it's like 4, 3, 3, something, something. Yeah, it is so illogical. Like, and there's never anything on this belt. Never ever. There's sometimes something on this belt. There we go, like that. Obviously, the answer is And the reason why it might not be completely useless. I wonder if it's healthy thing or not to think about how to improve your factory in a game. Either way, I like your stream and how dedicated you are. Thank you. Wonder if it's a healthy thing or not to think about how would it not be a healthy thing to think about what your how to improve things? That I don't get. I don't see in what world having an optimization optimization mentality is a bad thing. So the issue with this is that until this one fills up, which is going to take a live. Oh, well, you're trying to sleep. Ah, okay. Well, your mind wanders when you sleep, right? Or when you're lying in bed. And at least at these days, I think about building balances for Satisfactory. I used to think about why they were sort of planning that meeting without me. If there was because they were trying to position me out of my domain, because this is clearly my domain. So why would they organize a meeting that I wasn't invited to? And it's going to be tomorrow at 9. So what the hell am I going to do? Am I just going to crash the meeting? Because that's just really weird. Am I going to talk to my boss about, maybe it's better to think about how to build a balancer in Satisfactory. Keep it to the factory. I know. That was just an example of the type of thoughts that were, prevalent back in my corporate days. There was always someone with a knife lurking behind you. Love it when brain goes 200% catastrophic. I love it. I don't think that's good. That's why I meditate. To shut up my idle thoughts. Whether that's satisfactory balances or whatever it could be. So that was just a little aside here. How would a 2 splitter into 2 merger look like? It would look like this. But it has the disadvantage of this is coming in. It's coming in. This is going out. Like, this part is easy. Now what? If you can accept something like this, it looks neat. It just not very very allowed, and it is going to be not easy to do that. So if you'd want to do something like this, it would have to be something like this, right? That would achieve the same thing. But would it be better if I did it would not be better. Now it'd just be confusing. Yeah, a 2x2 splitter, they would never do that, because that would be like, oh, it's a factorial splitter. And I think Satisfactory have been, I think that's a principle during their design meetings. Will be like, oh, is that too much Satisfactory or too much factorial? At least it probably was in the beginning, until they got their own designing sort of expression. And that's only 2x2. Now think about 8x8. Yeah, of course, that's not really happening. I don't even know how to proceed with this. Because the top one could also be like this and like this. But then I also need to mix the top and the bottom, which would be aside from the illegal stuff in the middle, it's pretty compact. Yeah, if you want to make a 4x4 splitter, and it's not even probably balanced properly, but it's yeah, this is 4x4, absolutely, but I'm not even gonna consider it 8x8. If you're designing an 8x8, you're making a mistake because that's not the intention. If you cover up the illegal stuff, yeah. But then you could build it much tighter as well just by hacking it. The thing is, like, it's not so easy to get around the illegal stuff. As I see this. See, this doesn't work either. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a thing. Yeah, that's not what we were supposed to do. 4 2x2 with a very convoluted connections. Yeah. But then the question is it important that it is 100% balanced? That's something we like in Factorio because we like it in Factorio. But do we really need it? I don't know. Okay, I've not really figured out what this one is supposed to do. AI limiters, or are we gonna get the other recipe? It takes more status, that's bad. This is just a way too aggressive build. Because I'm only building 12 of these. And if I did this build, then quick wire or the stator, which is only 5. So what I could do with these 4 modules is take the first one out, make it into a module that makes wire. Yeah, just wire. And then the next module will be 2 modules of status, and then a module out here that makes the electromagnetic rods. Yes, that's the plan. Generic constructor. Okay. You're gonna make just ordinary wire. Yay. Which means copper, which is bad. And then we need to re-establish power in here, because we lost it. There. And they are now ready. Once I saw a showcase of a smelting factory which produced like 8 belts of ingots. It was done in the form of a tower, and just next to the smelting tower, another balance tower taking approximately the same space. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Then you might, instead of a building that you might have just have said, I don't care. I'll make do with whatever it is. Or except that there's just going to be a little bit of production not being consumed everywhere. So here's the thing. That's going to be making 5, and I think it actually should be making 4. So this is going to be 4 here. Plus 4, plus 4, plus 12, 16, 20, 24. 24 status. And then the last ones will consume 8. Plus 8, that's 16. Plus 18, that's 24. So now the status are perfectly balanced, as all things should be. And I'm consuming 12 high-speed connectors, which is all my high-speed connectors. Oops. And on top of that, I'll be producing 24 electromagnetic rods, but I only need 12. So that's perfect. Good. So that's the build. Then I need to figure out how much wire do I need. I need 32 wires, so that's going to be 32 times 8. No, 6. That's 102 divided by 8. 24. Okay, so each of these have to only produce 24 wire. And they produce 30. So that's... I don't even bother with doing that. One solution could be working in modules from the raw materials to final product, but that's also not very elegant. No, it takes less space. No, it just becomes really inefficient because sometimes you're going to need like a little bit of copper, and then you have to find a copper deposit to bring that in just for a dash of copper. And that's when it's like, ah. So it is definitely a way to always build from raw, but you are going to be running out of some of the raw resources, and you're going to be over producing. You tap a Caterium ore, and then you bring it into a specific factory, and then you need another thing that requires Caterium, and then you can't build it because, well, you already used it one place. Now, that means I am going to need 100 and, what was it? It was 32 times 6 divided by 2. Okay, 96 copper. That's not much. You never tap all Caterium or uranium or even sulfur. Actually I do. Maybe not all, but almost all. And they'll be, like, for example, when I'm in Northern Forest, I'm probably not going to tap this sulfur. I could, but I don't. Likewise, there's probably something up here that the coal that's up here, probably not tapping it right now, but we could. It's just that it takes so long time that it becomes detrimental. Cool. So let's start looking at belts inside. How we want that done. Let's see. Oh, this definitely needs to be fixed. Which one's output? This is input, so this must be output. That means... Okay, so these two are inputs. That means I need this to go into here or here. Yeah. That's pretty simple, I guess. Many to one is not implemented in Satisfactory. I don't know, many to many. Yeah. And let's see. Here. And this is now the copper wire coming in here. So it has to continue. That way. That way. That way. But no further. Then somehow in here I have to get... Ah, no, I forgot something. Oh no. Steel pipes. I don't have steel pipes. I have steel ingots. So I need to figure out how many steel ingots I need. $72. So that's 108, right? No. Yes, 108. So I need 108 steel ingots inbound. I need 72 outbound. Okay, if I convert one of these, I'm just feeling. What? Where are you? Am I blind? Where are the steel pipes? Oh, this is right, it's the wrong one I'm looking in. Wait for, yeah, that one. 20. So I could do one line here for steel. No, I'd like two of these here for these for steel, and then I'd have to scale up this one too, basically twice as fast, which isn't really a big deal. Okay, go back in and disconnect it. And let's see. 1, 2. So this outbound here. Oh, this is actually even better. And it doesn't work. What? Oh, I got stuck again. The game works, but I'm just in a broken state. Nope. Ah. Right. That's a weird situation. So I have to kill the factory game. Still have that name. Goodbye. Not really behaving today. So let's see how much we lost. We definitely have to redo all of those belts. Conscious light and darkness lighting sometimes looks like you're in space. Yes. Yeah, it is a bit. The lighting is, it looks good, but it also just looks very fake. So they need to work on making it like it's a good light effect. It's just not a natural light effect. It's also ironic that it works really well for stuff that isn't lights and it works really poorly for stuff that is lights. Like you might want to look at the lights first and then look at the panels that are not light afterwards, but oh well. All right, try again. And add just an omni-diffuse lamps at least. Yes, that would be nice. And I don't know why they haven't done it. Maybe it's because it's difficult, but Eh. And then I want... I can't keep track of anything here.
Our illustrious champion returns. Welcome home.
Welcome home. Thank you, Ice Cream Acid. Thank you for the 21 months. Good to see you. Yep, and here. And this will go from that location directly in. And oh no, that was the stuff that caused the crash last time, or the error state, let's call it that, because that's what it is. Well, the problem with this is that I kind of don't have a way to get stuff in there. One, two. So it's gonna be here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of this so that I can get something in here. 2, 3, 4. That's now coming in. That's now going. And this will be steel ingots. There. Clip through it is late. No one's watching. Great. Yeah, you're unfortunately correct. So that's two things. Now, that will give us the ingredients for here to make this is the output now. Good. So here we have the output. That will need to go into something. Yes. But I don't know what the last one is going to be. Another alternative is... Come on. Snap into this one, yes. See, that's not... That's just cuddly. What do you think update 9 is going to be? Don't know. No idea. I think that update 9 will not be 1.0. But I think update 10 will be up 1.0. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So that means, what was the other thing I needed for this part? I can't really remember. I can't remember anything now. Oh, right, that's the high-speed connectors. Cool. That's easy. So high-speed connectors, they just come from wherever the hell they want to. Out here, for example. One, two, three, four. There. And then it'll probably just be down here somewhere. Okay. So now we need to get stuff inbound. I'm thinking... Yeah, I don't... So we need high-speed connectors in here. Where do we want to get high-speed connectors from? High-speed connectors are... So high-speed connectors don't have to go very far. That's good. So let's keep this here. Mm-hmm. And 1, 2. You're going out. 2. Yeah. And take it from there and then just snap it in there. Sweet. Hey, we're getting the first one in. Granted, it's the easy one. And about taking this out, and then go from here into that one. And why? There we go. Down this one here. Up. And let's see. 1, 2. Yeah. You're going snapping in. And from here. Yay! And that means this actually just is a full one. We got the first one. Nice. Whew. They stated they reworked belt placement in this update. You could adjust height of support at the ending side once, and then you should be able to adjust the pole height. Yeah, but I don't like the single pole supports, so and for these I have to, because I need to make sure that it's aligned the right way, so it's a little bit complicated, but I have to for the places I did it. I have to do it, and I know I can place power pole. Yeah, whatever. I know I can do it, but I don't like it, as usual. That one. Yeah. And what are we getting? This one, that's gonna be electromagnetic. Electromagnetic. Good. So if we ever get it, then that's gonna be it. So now we need to find some steel ingots and some copper. Those are some of the worst ones. Yeah. I'm just looking for, is there any copper ingots somewhere? Any copper ingots that we would like to bring over? Yes, please. Here's some copper ingots. Yay! They kind of get stuck in there and then they can't move further. Oh, these projects. Oh. And the thing is, I have no idea if this is if I'm overdrawing from the belt. Not a lot of power left. I'm just gonna need some fuel. Thank you. All good. So over here we have ingots. And some idiot, that's me, decided that I need 3 belts outbound, which is absolutely stupid because if I'm not producing 2 output belts, then it doesn't matter. And how much am I producing? 30, but how many modules? 1, 2, 3. So it's 30 times 8 in each module times 3. That's 720. That means 1 belt. Why the hell do I have it on 3 belts then? I should just have this one on 1 belt and then split it out, and when it's empty, it's empty. I'm really thinking that this build here, like these designs, are perfect for a bus build. Like absolutely insanely perfect. Because they are literally branches off. The only thing we'd need is to make sure that the output didn't come out on, like right now it goes in and comes out. But if it's the bus, then it goes in and goes out the same way. And if I could do that, then I'd have a perfect bus build. I have a perfect bus branch build. Then I still just need a bus. Just a little bit of a caveat, because the idea would also be so much easier. Let's say we build this monstrosity that I had before with these 2. Then even though one of the belts is not working very well when you do this splitting, pretend that it's a splitter, then then when the 2 boxes are full, it will be input leave even out. Input is equal output. It's only when I don't have enough, like the only condition where I don't have a correct split is when I have a draw that's higher than the input and the boxes are not full. No, or the boxes are not full. Yes. So if the boxes are full and I have more into this 4x4 splitter, then I'm gonna get the right output. So it might work. Because if I did that, it would be easy for me to say, well, this is a great copper build. It builds 720 copper. Awesome. Now let's make 4 of those, and then I have all the copper ingots I'm ever going to need. And I'll make 4 more of those, and then I have all the iron I'm going to need. And of course, there's a little bit of a trick to getting things in, but it would then start looking much more like a Factorio base. I'm liking that idea. Because, okay, we're just brainstorming here at midnight brainstorming. Because that's the best time to brainstorm. I'd like to hear your ideas. You need slightly more. Yeah, I know. That's just overclocking a few of them. Now what if? I just can't help but recommend copper alloy ingots. I don't know which one that is. Is that the one that includes iron? Okay. Well, it's more logistically complicated, and it also needs foundries instead of smelters, so it's... Alright. So imagine this. A bus stretching as far as the eye can see with these clean lines off to the side, and then just like 4 lanes of iron, 4 lanes of copper, 2 lanes of steel, 2 lanes of caterium ingots, and it's just flowing down there. Every time something goes in, and then they come back as status, go on the belt, go on the bus, goes in, come back as whatever. We decide what goes on the bus and what gets produced locally. Have they added blueprints to this game yet? Yes, they did. That's how my base looks, the way it is. And it would have to be like this height and this direction. Not necessarily starting here, but it could also start somewhere else. But this is just a good place because we're not going to bump into anything until we get to that part. But anyway, I mean, that would be like if I wanted to continue with this build after we're done, then that would be a cool thing to do. And then just while we have all the resources, just say, hey, let's build a bus space and see how it actually performs. Idea for update 3.9? Yes, that's exactly it. Because and this is going to be where we wrap up for today. My learning from this is the modular factories are amazing. The logistics of how to get stuff to the factories and from the factories is awful. So that's the stuff I need to fix for the next round. And I think that makes sense. So yeah, that's going to be where we wrap up tomorrow. I'm planning to play some more Desync, and Friday I'm really hoping that Darkest Dungeon 2 has an update before that, because then we're going to play some more Darkest Dungeon. I'm also going to be reinstating that Fridays will be marked as mature content. So multi-layered bus? No, I don't want a multi-layered bus. I just want a single layer because it'll look awesome, just sprawling. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much for that generous hype train. I will see you guys all tomorrow, I hope, or maybe some other day. Good night, take care, and stay effective.